Hello everyone and welcome to a Nightmare on Elm Street Nintendo Entertainment System walkthrough. Today I'll be playing through the entire game of A Nightmare on Elm Street. A cool fact about this part of the game is that the first three houses that you go through will be the first three houses that you see, but they'll be in random order. I just took the second house. You also have got to collect all of the bones in order to go through the door at the end of the stages. The goal is mainly to try to not get hit at all while you're collecting the bones. Now, once you enter the dream wall, whether you get sleepy and fall into the dream wall, or you run into a boss battle, you can push the select key, which will switch to your dream powers if you have picked up any. I've got the gymnastic dream power right now. Now that I've been to the second house, the only ones that's left is the first house and the third house within the first three houses. So it's not the first house, so it has got to be the third house. Is the one that's next, and then we go to the first house. It will just take a moment. Whoa, that was close. Okay, now we are at the third house. I skipped that dream power icon in the lower left corner because some of these dream icons are just set in places really hard to get to, and you'll find the same ones later on, and it's just not worth the risk it would take to try to pick them up, because you need every life that you can keep. Go ahead and take out those bugs right there so they won't follow me over here and get me. And I'm having other stuff to do with. There's a coffee icon. You pick up them and it restores your sleep meter. Your sleep meter is in the top left corner. When it runs out, then you fall asleep and the stage becomes harder. Because instead of fighting bats, you'll be fighting like dream skeleton creatures. All of the normal stuff that you see will change into supernatural stuff. Now this is the second boss battle. It's Freddy Head and he spits his tongue out at you. He's pretty easy to beat if you just stay in a corner and play it defensively. Keep throwing spears out. Does it do heal natural damage if you take out the tongue? So I would focus more on hitting his head than the little tongues that he spit out. So now we go back to the first house because we've already been to the third house and the second house. I mean, we go back to the first house, yeah. Not sure if I said that just now or not. That bone is in a really difficult place. Oh, so close. That stings. Aw, again? Really? Outsmarted that one. Get the coffee and chopping and get the bone. And that wasn't the last bone. That means I missed a bone somewhere throughout the stage. So I'm going to have to go back and look for it now. Wonder where it could be. There it is, in the top left corner. Ah, I got it. Now see how the bone meter reads 0? That's what you want it to read because that means you can go through the door at the end of the stage. I got the peace sign, so that means I now have the ninja power. Each of those little dream icons gives you a different power when you pick them up. This game is pretty difficult to get used to, since you can't save your game anywhere. Whoa, that was close. But with enough practice, you can pretty much memorize the patterns. You get better and better at it until you eventually can win it. I don't like those rats on those skinny platforms because they're so easy to bump into when you're trying to kill them. Okay, now we go into the dream world. That means everything that you see that's natural will turn into supernatural things. I find this a really interesting part of this game. That was my wizard dream power. Now I'm on my gymnastic dream power. The ninja is best to use for this boss, because when you jump he automatically does a kick, and you stay at that corner, you can time it right where you kick him a lot, and you can be throwing ninja stars when you're not kicking. So that is very useful as a weapon against the Flying Claw. The Flying Freddy Claw. Oh, he got me once. There, I finally got him. Now that we went through the first random 3 houses, the next place that we go is the junkyard on Elm Street. It's at the very end of Elm Street. But that also gives us a view of what we'll have to go into later. There's Elm Street High. There's Freddy's house. You see the boarded up windows? And there's Elm Street Cemetery. And here is the Elm Street Junkyard, which is our next destination. This stage is kind of hard because they introduce a lot of different things to us in this stage. Like really tight spaces that the monsters run into, then they run back and forth. And sometimes they introduce the floating things that you gotta balance on. And also some fallen walks is in this stage. And of course the spike things that keep jumping up. Just kinda hold the time and get it past correctly. He almost jumped on me. You gotta be careful about that. Whoa, that was close. Punch a bat. And now, jump on this truck so it'll be less space and you can get in and get out without getting caught by the spike. He's following me, I gotta just stay ahead of him. Make sure you get all of the bones, because in this stage it's kind of hard to see all of the bones, because they blend right in, which can make it very difficult. Oh. There's that knife that jumps up out of that tower randomly, so you can't sit on it that long. Oh. I didn't need that dream icon, so I just needed to get it past there because I already had the gymnastic dream icon. For the flying Freddy creature, you'll need the wizard dream power to kill him pretty quick. I find that it's most easiest when you're battling him with the wizard dream power. Just seem to be able to hit him a lot more than you can with the others. So you dress up as a man witch and you keep throwing stuff at him.